I just had my lips tattooed and they are massively swollen and I have to do the kindy drop off.
So I got a lip blush tattoo. The girl that does my lashes was doing them and she needed a model, so I was the model, and unfortunately it looks like I'm either allergic to something in the like pigment or numbing, or I'm just like really sensitive to having a needle shoved all over my lips, and I got more swelling than the average person. This is what they look like. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know what happened, but it's so bad.
Had my lips blushed and it was awful. They were so big and swollen. It hurt so badly and worn off really quickly. Partly my fault because I couldn't hack going back for the top up. Now I only wear mascara, so I was looking for something low maintenance, but this just wasn't worth it for me.
Come with me to get permanent lipstick. This is called lip blushing. It's where they tattoo lipstick permanently on your face. And I wear lipstick pretty much every day, so I figured why not get it permanent? I better like it because I'm stuck with it for 2 years. So this is her tracing the outline. She spent a long time doing this. Love the attention to detail. There's a bunch of different colors to choose from depending on your skin type. I wanted to go for a peachy nude. This is the numbing cream on my mouth, and it felt really weird, but this is immediately after, and this is where I start to regret my decision, and I can't believe people actually pay money to look like that.
You don't like it? All done? Have a look. Let me know what you think. Do you like how we did the shape?
Is it gonna stay like this?
It will fade up to 50% lighter, but
no, the shape looks different to my normal lips.
Yeah, so we did kind of enhance the cupid's bow for you.
And the color, it's a bit dark.
You don't like it?
Come with me to get my lips tattooed in Colombia. So when I took this video, I realized like, wait, I actually really like my lips. Like maybe I shouldn't do this. And while I was getting the numbing thing, I was like, okay, I definitely should go home. But I did not go home. So first she started with this lip neutralization, which was fine. I just look like a little hot Cheeto kid. And then I tell her I just want pink, and she's like, well, pink, it's gonna be too subtle, like too natural. Like you should have this bright ruby red. And I'm like, I don't know about that. She's like, trust me, it's gonna fade to pink. Trust me. It did not. So it was also excruciatingly painful. Like I was swelling like crazy. It felt so raw and numb, and I looked really bad. Oh my god. Jump scare. Oh my god. Honestly, if you were thinking about getting this done, just buy lipstick. It was so painful. I had to beg her to stop, and then I just looked the worst out of anyone I've ever seen get this. When you get it done, and if it looks kind of like bleh, when you're delusional, this means like later it's gonna look so good. I was wrong. My lips did not turn into a pretty color, but I did go to the club that same night just to terrify the hoes.
Guys, I just had my lip blushing done. And the lady's like, oh, like you'll be swollen, but it'll go down by tonight or tomorrow. It's like it's really not a big deal. You can take an allergy pill. It like helps with inflammation. And when she shows me in the mirror to show me like the color of my lips, I was like, oh my god, I started dying laughing. I look like Monster from Monsters, Inc. And she's trying to be like, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad, guys. Like, some people be paying to look like this.
I get asked all the time, what is a beauty treatment that I would literally never do? Like you could not pay me $10,000, $20,000 to ever do this, and yet people are still lining up to do it. As someone who is obsessed with anti-aging, which for me just means seriously protecting and preserving my cells, internal, external, this has to be said. And I know that this video is gonna piss some people off, but I hope that it helps more people than it kind of hurts or rubs the wrong way. Lip blushing. First of all, let's start with the name. Lip blushing is the most misleading name I have ever heard in my entire life. That makes it sound so cutie, like, oh, little makeup lip blush. It's a permanent tattoo. You are putting a permanent tattoo on your mouth, which is one of the most important areas in terms of like the female face, creating a ton of long-term damage, premature aging, scar tissue. Like, trust me, absolutely not worth it. Then they also say, oh, it's semi-permanent. Like, I feel like everyone says that with any kind of injection. Oh, fillers, you have to get them topped up every 3 months. Oh, actually every 6 months. No, fillers are much more permanent than we thought. Lip blushing or tattooing is quite exactly the same. And the only reason why you have to keep getting them touched up is not because that perfect pink color is going to fade evenly over time and you're going to want that color back. No, it's because you're going to be left with blotchy, uneven, usually a weird lip line around your lips that's gonna make it look like you have uneven grandma lip liner on all the time, and then you're gonna have to put on makeup all the time. And this is coming from someone in the vampire no color lip community. Like, I am the founding member of that club. I wake up in the morning, I put on my lip stain. Like, I do not do anything before a lip stain hits my lips. Like, I understand the pain of having pale lips, and still I would never. And if that doesn't already convince you, let's say you're like, okay, well, I can always get it removed. Like, it's a tattoo, I can remove it. If you know anything about tattoo removal, 1, incredibly painful. 2, it is actually damaging. And 3, the hardest colors to get rid of are going to be reds and pinks. Like, everyone knows that. Like, red and pink tattoo ink is so hard to get rid of. Guess what they're putting on your lips? I am telling you right now, it is so not worth it.
You know what cosmetic procedure I think is a total scam? Lip blushing. I swear to God, every single lip blushing video I've ever seen, the patient's or the customer's lips look so good as soon as the service is done, but that's not the final result. The final result kicks in within a few days or a few weeks, and the lips still look really dull and it has a weird outline. So it's like when you have your lip liner but your lipstick disappeared. So in my opinion, that is such a waste of money, because it's kind of like you get catfish thinking the immediate results are the actual results when they're not. And I swear, I think the people who do it gaslight themselves in 2-3 weeks and be like, this is it, I love it, but it doesn't look great.
Okay, so if you have been anywhere near beauty TikTok in the last year, you have seen it. Lip blushing. The videos make it look like magic. Someone walks in with pale and even lips, sit down for an hour, and walks out looking like they were born with perfect natural lip tint. No lipstick needed, ever again. Roll out of bed looking snatched, and that is the promise. And it is a really good sales pitch. I get why so many people saw those videos and thought, sign me up. But here's the thing nobody tells you until after you already paid your deposit and you are sitting in the chair with the numbing cream slowly wearing off. Lip blushing is not lipstick. It is not a filter. It is a semi-permanent tattoo. And just like any tattoo, the result depends on your skin, your body's healing process, the pigment used, and honestly, a good amount of luck. So today, I want to talk about the other side of this trend, the regret side, the stuff that does not show up in the glossy before and after photos. But before I go into all that, let me play you the last set of clips and then I'll come back with more commentary.
Before you spend hundreds of dollars on lip blushing, here's what nobody told me. And honestly, if somebody had fully explained the pain level beforehand, I may not have gone through with it.
So I got my lips blushed like in February, and ever since then, it was like throughout the healing process, after it should have been healed already, my lips were so dry. And it was like not the kind of like normal dry, like where it's chapped and it's peeling. It's like, it was like this certain dry where it just hurt to move. Like, think about like when you're exfoliating your skin so hard and you have that layer of skin like that, just you need to just slap moisturizer on there and then just let it heal. And the downside is, as soon as any little bit of moisturizer and whatever I was using got off of my lips, like the feeling of burning would come back to my lips. So as you saw in the picture earlier, it's not like being chapped, it's more like your skin is so heavily exfoliated that it burns. Anything that touches that skin will burn. Like a draft of wind could just go by and it'll burn.
Oh my god, TikTok, I just did something. Y'all do not laugh at me, do not judge me. I need someone to help me. Like, I need like some advice or something. So I went and got lip blush, and I got my lips tatted and got the lip blush, whatever, cause you know I love the pink full lips. I like the healthy red juicy lips. And bitch, so I literally just got it, and tell me why it looked like this. Do not laugh. Like, why does it look hella bloody?
I regret getting lip blushing, and here is why. I got my lip blushing done about 3 months ago, and honestly, I don't really love the result. This is what my lips look like before. You can see my upper lip is not very even. So I wanted to outline the lips, make them more symmetrical on both sides, as well as just add a little bit of natural pigment. This is what my lips looked like right after the first round of my lip tattoo. They were really swollen because I have lip filler, but I liked the result at first. However, this is what my lips started looking like 3 days later, and this is just 1 week later. Then I went in for a retouch and I was told that they've never seen anyone's lips fade like that before. But this is what my lips looked like right after the retouch. Again, very pigmented and a little bit swollen. I personally didn't love how they overlined my upper lip here because I wanted very natural result, but here they changed the shape of my lips. And here I am 3 months later with this result. You can see that my lips look almost the same as before, but now the color is so uneven. So yeah, my lips definitely did not heal well. Let me know if anyone else had this kind of experience with lip blushing, or is it just me? I wouldn't say I don't recommend it to anyone, but me personally, I would probably not get lip blushing ever again.
Whatever you do, do not get semi-permanent makeup. They got me, and I feel like they got so many millennials / Gen X. I got lip blush maybe like 2 years ago, and I'm very unhappy with the results. I think I had a bad experience with lip blushing because I did not go to the best lip blushing artist. I had a recommendation and I thought she was good, but there was just a lot going on. And I felt like she rushed my consultation. I didn't have a good lip color, and just overall it wasn't a good experience. So my lips just look really blotchy. And this is no filter, no makeup, but I feel like she was not able to do my lips properly. And now anytime that I use certain lip colors that I used to love, I just absolutely hate. Anyways, if you're considering lip blushing, just do not do it. Don't do it. It's not going to go away. It's going to fade. It's going to scar, and then you're gonna hate your life.
Oh man, guys, so today is day 5 with lip blush. I got my lips tattooed on Thursday, and today is probably the worst day. I woke up this morning and they are so crusty. I've already put some stuff on them, but I'm gonna show you. They look really bad. Look at this. You're gonna be grossed out. Now, it looks kind of like a blister, but it's actually not. Watch this. There's like a whole chunk off, but you're really not supposed to pick them off. Ew. You're supposed to let them stay on. So I'm just kind of stuck with them right now. I have to leave them on. Oh, here comes fall. And I need to just like not pick at them, not touch them, put as much of this tattoo aftercare. This just says, what does it say on it? It literally just says tattoo aftercare. And look at that. It's disgusting. Oh, some of it came off. You're not supposed to get it off. It's disgusting. But oh no. It's really, really gross.
Okay, this will probably be my last update on my lip blushing horror story. Here's how my lips look today. They're starting to dry out and flake finally. It gives me some good hope that we're moving in the right direction. So I did get a confirmed test result from a wound swab that the doctor's office did, and it did come back as having a staph infection. So I am on the right course. I'm almost finished up with my antibiotics, the 2 oral ones and the antibiotic muprosin, I think is how you say it, which have been helping tremendously. I do want to say that my lips look like they have like a white scarring underneath it. I'm hoping that it goes away and that it doesn't scar white permanently on my lips forever, because that will just defeat the whole purpose and put me in a worse predicament than what I started with before I decided to get lip blushing. Date on the artist, she did finally message me back, and she has been super unhelpful, still blaming me for everything, saying if I wouldn't have been in this, if I would have reached out to medical professional help instead of posting TikToks, that I wouldn't be in this predicament. She asked for results, even though I have sent her numerous results, messages, test results, everything, clearly highlighting areas showing that I have a staph infection, that it was from my doctor, that it says it's on my lip, because she has every excuse in the world how it's not related to her. She's also said that she is suing me for defamation and harassment and wrongfully accusing her and slandering her business, which I have done none of that. I simply posted a TikTok video explaining what happened and asking for help, because I was in such a state of shock where I didn't know what the hell was going on with my lips, and I was like crying out for help because it was so painful and I was truly scared and worried.
So just a little update on my lips. This is 5 days after I got it done. By day 2, the swelling went down almost completely. Day 3, my lips were peeling and it looked so nasty. Day 4 was yesterday. Everything was going cool. I came home, took a nap, but then woke up with a cold sore. When I tell you I don't get these things, so I was in a little bit of a panic, right? Started looking up on Google, started looking up on TikTok like videos. So they said that after getting lip blush done, that it is common to get a cold sore. But I had work today, so I wasn't going to work with this big blister on my lip, right? So 10 minutes before CVS closed, I went and I got this, right? I also got this. This was $21. This is $11. And I know my lips, they do still look type dark. But the lady was like, I guess I just gotta trust the process. She was like, it's gonna peel, it's gonna look dark, but then I guess it will start to lighten up. And I mean, I already told her that I was gonna come back in May to do a touch-up, but honestly, like, I'm in my head going back and forth, like, should I go, should I not? Like, do I really want to go through this again? I don't know.
Saw the lip blushing horror story. One of my clients sent this to me, and so I wanted to share some information on lip blushing because I think I think this is ignored in the screening before a lip blushing a little too often. At least when I think back on the sessions that I've had with people who come in for lip blushing, they sign an intake form and they kind of skim over. And so I've learned to ask again if they're prone to cold sores. And in this TikTok, it says lip blushing horror story. And so if you see her lips, you can see that she's developing pus all around her lips. This could be an infection, but I suspect this is a herpes outbreak. And nobody ever wants to say that they're prone to cold sores, but that's exactly what it is. And there are antivirals that you can take that you can get through one of the teledoc appointments or something virtually. Like, it doesn't have to be a visit to the doctor, but it's really important whenever you're having anything done that is going to cause trauma to the lips, whether that being lip blushing, a lip flip, or even lip filler. Any kind of trauma to this area can trigger that response. And many times you forget that you're prone to cold sores because it's dormant for so long. But if that lives within you, then you are very likely going to break out at some point if you are adding trauma to the area. I'll give you an example. I had a client come in for lip blushing, and I've seen her for other sessions. So she's filled out intake forms for every service that I offer. And so the last one we were doing was lip blushing. And I asked, are you prone to cold sores? Are you taking any medications? Are you on blood thinners? And I quickly went over all the questions, and she's saying, no, yes, no, whatever. And we start the session. Well, then she contacted me 3 days later, and she said, I don't know what's happening, if I'm having an allergic reaction or something's going on. She suspected an allergic reaction. It didn't look like this, but it looked like pustules, almost like whiteheads, a bunch of whiteheads on this part of her lip where I really had to define the vermilion border. So I think more trauma was added there. It triggered that response. And I said, are you prone to cold sores? And she said, no, I haven't had a cold sore since I was a teenager. And she's in her 50s. And I said, well, that doesn't mean that you're not prone to cold sores. You are. And luckily I offer other services where I practice under a doctor, so we were able to send her antivirals. But if you are an artist or oh my God, I keep forgetting words, or a client, then you can easily, if you're an artist, you can recommend they do like a teledoc appointment, or they get it from their PCP. If you are a client, you can do it that way. So just make sure that you're on it for at least 7 days before and then 7 days after whatever session you're doing. In this case, we're talking about lip blushing, but this is a really good reminder. And as an artist, I do feel like I don't spend enough time going through the questions, the yes or no questions, the screening questions, especially if it's a client that I'm comfortable with, that I've been seeing for years. And so this is a really good reminder for me. So I hope this is a good reminder for you.
So let's start with the biggest one. the one that comes up over and over in the comment section of every lip blushing video. Color. When you look at the after photo people post right after the appointment, that is not the final color. That is the swollen, freshly tattooed, inflamed version of your lips. What you are actually going to end up with only shows up weeks later, once everything has fully healed. And that is where a lot of people get blindsided. Pigments that look like a soft rosy pink can heal into something orange or muddy brown, or in some cases, almost gray. Your body metabolizes pigment differently based on your undertones, your skin type, even things like how much you are in the sun during healing. So the color you agreed to is genuinely not a guarantee of the color you get. And then there is symmetry. Lips are already naturally a little uneven for basically everyone, and that is normal. But a technician is essentially freehand drawing a new lip line on you. And if they are even slightly off, that unevenness is now permanent, or at least semi-permanent for the next 1 to 3 years. People post videos zooming into their lips months later, pointing out how one side sits higher than the other, and how the color stops abruptly in a spot that makes their smile look strange in photos. It is a small thing that becomes something you cannot stop noticing every time you look in the mirror. Now, let's talk about the healing process, because this is honestly where a lot of the regret starts, way before anyone gets to see the final color. Most people go into lip blushing expecting something like getting lip filler, a little discomfort, maybe some swelling for a day or two, and then you're back to normal. And that is not what this is like. The actual procedure involves a hand tool or a machine depositing pigment into the skin, over and over across your entire lip. A lot of people describe the pain as way more intense than they expected, even with numbing cream, because numbing cream does not fully block everything, especially towards the end of a session that can run over an hour. Then comes the healing, and this is the part that really catches people off guard. Your lips swell, sometimes dramatically, for the first day or two. Then they start to scab, not just peel, actually scab, similar to a wound healing. And this can last anywhere from 5 days to 2 full weeks depending on your body. During this time, your lips can look patchy, flaky, and honestly kind of alarming if you did not know it was coming. There is a stage a lot of people in this community call the ugly duckling side, usually somewhere around day 3 to day 7, where the color looks blotchy, way darker than expected, and nothing like the finished result you were promised. And after all of that, healing does not always mean you are done. Pigment does not always take evenly the first time. A lot of people need a second session, sometimes even a third, just to get the color to look consistent across the whole lip. Each of those sessions costs more money and puts you through the same swelling and scabbing process all over again. So what was marketed as a quick one-time appointment can turn into months of touch-ups, discomfort, and waiting to see the real result. And now let's talk about longevity, because this is where a lot of people feel like they were misled. Lip blushing is usually marketed as lasting 1 to 3 years. In reality, a huge number of people report noticeable fading within just 6 months to a year, especially on the inner part of the lip where saliva and eating naturally wear pigment away faster. So instead of it being a one and done investment, it becomes something you have to keep paying for, touch up after touch up, if you want to keep the color looking fresh. And some people describe realizing a year or two in that they are basically locked into a returning beauty expense they did not fully understand when they signed up. And then there is just the emotional side of regret, which honestly might be the biggest theme in this whole trend. A lot of people say they got lip blushing because everyone on their feed was doing it and it looked effortless and glamorous. But once they were sitting with the color they did not love, or a shape that did not feel like their natural lips anymore, they realized how permanent this decision actually was compared to just wearing lip liner or a lip stain, which you can wash off if you hate it. And some people talk about feeling like their lips look less like their own face and more like a filtered version of themselves, something a little too smooth, too uniform, missing the natural texture and variation lips normally have. And if someone truly hates the results, getting rid of it is not simple either. Laser removal for lip pigment exists, but it is expensive, it can be painful, and it does not always fully remove the color. Sometimes it just fades it or shifts the tone into something even less predictable. So for a lot of people, once they are unhappy, their options are limited to waiting it out for the color to fade naturally over a year or two, or paying even more money to try to reverse something that did not need to be permanent in the first place. A big theme that comes up again and again in these regret stories is choosing a technician based on price or based on their Instagram photos, rather than actual training and certification. because this trend blew up so fast. A lot of people entered the industry without deep experience, and pigment application is genuinely a skill that takes real practice to get right, especially matching pigment to someone's individual skin tone and undertone. A cheap deal or a discount code can be really tempting, but a lot of the worst regret stories trace back to going with whoever was most affordable or most active on social media, instead of someone with verified training and real before and after healed results, not just fresh, swollen right after photos. So if you are watching this because you are considering lip blushing yourself, I'm not here to tell you it is automatically a bad idea. Plenty of people are genuinely happy with their results, but I do think it is important to go with realistic expectations instead of the highlight reel version you see online. Look at the healed results, not just day one photos. Ask your technician detailed questions about how they choose pigment for your specific skin tone. Understand that healing is a process that can look worse before it looks better, and that touch-ups are often part of the deal, not a sign that something went wrong. And most importantly, understand that this is a semi-permanent tattoo, not something you can just wipe off if you change your mind the next morning. And at the end of the day, the biggest lesson from all of these regret stories is the same one you hear about a lot of trends that blow up on social media. What works beautifully for one person's skin, lip shape, and lifestyle will not automatically translate the same way for you. So slow down, do the research, look past the polished videos, and make sure you are making the decision because it is actually right for you, not just because it looked effortless in someone else's 30-second clip.
Just some mild swelling. I can't stop fucking laughing.
You look like a fish.
No, you don't look like the frog from Romeo and Juliet.
The frog! What did you do? Is it supposed to look like that?
If you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Creators' handles are in the description box below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.